Good morning. Well, I was scrolling through Facebook this morning, and I don't know if you remember Armand and Angelina, really interesting couple that was here last year, their musical. They put on a sound meditation that was awesome. But anyway, he posts really interesting things. And so this is such a time of distress for so many of us. We're feeling so sometimes helpless, I think, and don't quite know what to do. And I read this and it gave me so much hope that I immediately thought, I have to share this with you and the rest of the world as much as I can. And this is something written by a gentleman named Brian Piergrossi, who I do not know. I will give you the title when I'm done because it's a little misleading. On the surface of the world right now, there is war and violence and things seem dark. But calmly and quietly at the same time, something else is happening underground. An inner revolution is taking place, and certain individuals are being called to a higher light. It is a silent revolution from the inside out, from the ground up. This is a global operation, a spiritual conspiracy. There are sleeper cells in every nation on the planet. You won't see us on the TV. You won't read about us in the newspaper. You won't hear about us on the radio. We don't seek any glory. We don't wear any uniform. We come in all shapes, sizes, colors, and styles. Most of us work anonymously. We are quietly working behind the scenes in every country and culture of the world. Cities big and small, mountains and valleys, in farms and villages, tribes and remote islands. You could pass by one of us on the street and not even notice. We go undercover. We remain behind the scenes. It is of no concern to us who takes the final credit, but simply that the work gets done. Occasionally, we spot each other on the street. We give a quiet nod and continue on our way. During the day, many of us pretend we have normal jobs, but behind the false storefront at night is where the real work takes place. Some call us the conscious army. We are slowly creating a new world with the power of our minds and hearts. We follow with passion and joy. Our orders come from the central spiritual intelligence. We are dropping soft, secret love bombs when no one is looking. Poems, hugs, music, photography, movies, kind words, smiles, meditation and prayer, dance, social activism, website blogs, random acts of kindness. Releasing grudges, letting go of judgments, we each express ourselves in our own unique ways with our own unique gifts and talents. Be the change you want to see in the world. That is the motto that fills our hearts. We know it is the only way real transformation takes place. We know that quietly and humbly, we have the power of all the oceans combined. Our work is slow and meticulous, like the formation of mountains. It is not even visible at first glance, and yet, with it, entire tectonic plates shall be moved in the centuries to come. Love is the new religion of the 21st century. You don't have to be a highly educated person or have any exceptional knowledge to understand it. It comes from the intelligence of the heart, embedded in the timeless evolutionary pulse of all human beings. Be the change you want to see in the world. Nobody else can do it for you. We are now recruiting. Perhaps you'll join us, or already have. All are welcome. The door is open. Oh, the title was A Spiritual Conspiracy. And when I told my husband, asked him if he would print it out for me, I said the title of it is A Spiritual Conspiracy. And he looked at me and he said, "Are you sure you want to read that in church?" And I said, no, it's not like that. It's a good conspiracy. Yeah. Oh, sure, I'll make a copy for you. Oh, okay, sure.
Let's continue with our meditation song. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place.
Can I get this out of here? How long does it extend? Not much time. Good morning. Good morning. Positivity, the word of the day, Bill? I could listen to this guy's voice all day long. I don't know about you. I come here just to hear him speak. So I am so happy to, this is my third trial at Unity. I'm not a minister. I am a quite holistic chiropractor, as you heard in the VT. But by the way, how many people heard me speak 2 years ago? Raise your hand if you were here. Oh, a lot of you. But a lot of you were here for the first timers, yes? Okay. And I suspect some of you are those secret agents that Cynthia just read about. You find them in all the Unity churches, by the way. And you know how you know each other? Not by what you look like, but by how you feel in the presence of another. We have been around this planet more than once. I don't know if you know this, but Charles Fillmore, Charles and, was it Myrtle? Fillmore, they believed in reincarnation. So do I. I have met people in my life path more than once with an inner knowing that we were connected sometime, someplace, somewhere. Despite the fact that they may be in a female body this time or a male body or whatever. You just have this inner knowing. Anyone ever have that experience? Raise your hand if you've ever met someone you just knew, oh, this is not my first encounter. How should I put it? My first mentor, I was in a room. I was a professor at the college, and he had come to speak. He was world renowned within the chiropractic profession, within our subset. He had a clinic in Derry, New Hampshire. His name is Dr. William Behan. And I dedicate my book, Synchronicity, the Magic, the Mystery, the Meaning. That's his picture in the book. He got up to speak. 200 people in the room. I'm in the back out of curiosity. How many people came here today for curiosity? They go, what is this thing called synchronicity? Raise your hand if you're curious. Oh, we're going to find out why you did come. So I'm sitting in the back of the room, and all of a sudden, Dr. Bain starts to speak. And Dr. Kenny starts to cry. I literally, I was rendered. My heart just burst wide open. And I had an inner knowing that he came that day just to meet me. Everybody else in the room disappeared. Although they were probably there, I didn't know it. His eyes hit my eyes, and the rest is history. And then I followed him for many years, and mentored with him, etc. And that's where I learned how to do energy healing. He was quite a healer. He used to see in excess of 3,000 patient visits a week in his clinic. He had no fee. He made a donation, and he only adjusted one vertebra. He only had to make one decision, the atlas. Was it left or was it right? That's the connecting point between heaven and earth, the first cervical vertebrae. Isn't that true, doctor? There's a doctor over there. I'll tell you about him later. So, all right, we're going to, Robert, we're going to play a song which will lead us into a meditation. You can watch the screen. The man who's performing is a good friend of mine. When I launched my second book at Life University in Atlanta, Georgia, I hired Bob and his wife to provide music. They have spoken all over the country in many, many Unity churches.
In this moment, everything shows up, everything presents itself, just as it is. And when you slow down, let it all happen. Something fantastic, magic happens in you. And when you breathe in, it's like we're all listening to an echoing of our own soul. It's just like a rain cloud, relief it comes pouring down on a thirsty world. Meditation is a medication to cure the illusion of separation. Meditation is a medication. Cure the illusion of separation, separation. To a mind that's still, there comes a cup that's filled with effervescence, ever presence, and a heart that swells. And when you drink from this, to never-ending peacefulness, don't have to believe in this, the story that tells itself. And when you breathe in, it's like we're all listening to an echo of our own soul.
I'm getting my material from you. We are one when we are together. We are one when we are alone. Five years ago, I dropped my body. I had a heart attack. And my wife saved my life. And I had the experience of a unified field. You know what I came to realize? There's only one of us. I came into the presence of the one. And that one that dwells in me dwells in you. We call that God. It's comforting to know we are one when we are together. We are one when we are alone. What a wonderful gift. So Cynthia, be not ye troubled by what's going on in the world. The world is insane. Just pay attention to what's going on in you. It doesn't matter who's in the White House, who's running your house, is my advice. Pay attention. I've been blessed in my life to meet some wonderful mentors. You want to put them up now? My two mentors, two other. I've had many mentors. Some of you will know these guys. Anyone recognize them? On the left is Dr. Wayne Dyer. How many people know his work? Unity people, of course. He has spoken at more Unity churches than anybody, I believe. And does anyone know who's on the other side, next to him? Baba Ramdas, a.k.a. Richard Alpert, professor of Harvard University, with a guy, you'll know the second one, Timothy Leary. Everybody knows Timothy Leary because Ramdas, Richard Alpert, and Timothy Leary gave LSD to the students. And they got fired. And you know who fired them? Andrew Weil snitched. Famous Dr. Andy Weil. A lot of people don't know this, but Ramdas and I became friends with both these gentlemen through what I would call divine appointment, synchronicity. I wound up taking care of Wayne his last 2 years of his life. Holistically, I adjusted him and I did attunement, sonic, energy work. And then I was invited to be one-on-one with Ramdas. And all I can tell you is walking into that room with him that day forever changed my energy field. We communicated without even speaking. Just through our eyes and our hearts open. And then we had an apparition come in the room. Oh boy. I had gone there not knowing why, and I'm digressing a little bit from synchronicity, but I'll tie it all back in. A friend of ours, a mutual friend, had passed away to a car accident in India. His name was Shandas, who was a very close friend of Ramdas. And I was not sure why I was visiting with, I was never a guru follower, but I found my way through synchronicity through Wayne and others to get to see Ramdas one-on-one, which was very unusual because he had been debilitated from a stroke. And if you want to really listen to a great public speaker, go on YouTube and catch his talks 20 years before he got stroked. He says, God had to wake me up. He had to stroke me. Interesting. Sometimes adversity is the way we get awakened, by the way. That's how we're called home to the remembrance of who and what we are. So we're all in this together. Why am I here today? My intention is I'm selfish. I want to remind, I don't want to wake. Many people here are already awake or in the process of awakening. But if we all don't wake up, none of us are going to get free. If any remain bound, none of us will be free. So I'm selfish. I'm hoping that someone leaves today changed from the way they walked into this room. Now, Jerry, who's not here today, I love what he said last week. I think it was Bill. He said, Unity is the only church I go, I feel better leaving than I feel coming. He said, all the other churches, I always walk out, sinner, bad, evil, guilt-ridden. No, the message here today is one of upliftment, of enthusiasm, which, by the way, the word enthusiasm, you know what it means? Does anyone know? On fire with God and Theos. So I hope some of you leave today on fire with the divine spark a little brighter in you than you came in. May your pilot light be not lit, it's lit. You wouldn't be walking in if it wasn't, but may it be brighter. And Cynthia, that was so beautiful what you read. I mean, we're the unsung heroes. The political system is not going to solve our problems. I'm not going there, but I just want you to know, if you have hope that politics is going to change the world, it's not. It's part of the problem. You and I, in our day-to-day interaction with each other, is our only hope. You smile at someone, you offer help. Last week, Bill needed water. I got the Spirit said, hey, get the man a glass of water, which I did. You know, we all sat there, but I took action. So when you see a need, the paper's on the floor, pick it up. Another thing I want to tell you is prayer is a wonderful thing. Affirmative prayer, that's how we operate in unity. And I've spoken at many unity churches, by the way. Judy and I were very blessed to study with Eric Butterworth. Anybody know who he is in unity? Genius. Him and his wife, Olga. We were fortunate. He was the minister in New York City at Avery Fisher Hall. And we would go in weekly. The place was jam-packed, let me tell you. He was on radio every day for 40 years. So here's the other side of prayer. Prayer is wonderful. You're praying to the source. But I would say it's just as important to listen from the source. And you do that through meditation. So if you don't meditate, find a way to quiet the monkey mind. That's when God speaks back to us. Most of us are MIA, missing in action. We're not listening. We're tone deaf. And God gets our attention. I think the title was The Universe is Speaking. Are you listening? And listening comes in the form of many, many ways. Synchronicity is one of them. And there are many types of synchronicity. As a matter of fact, I just will briefly let you know. You have to take notes. Everything you want to know, the 7654 formula for synchronicity. If you go on my website, it's free. You'll get this 7-page printout. The 7 types of synchronicity, the 6 reasons why we meet each other. You think it's random? There's no random. God did not roll the dice when he created the universe. It's not a random. You don't just bump into each other haphazardly. Then there are 5 questions you need to ask yourself. Why? Why am I meeting this person? Well, why is this happening to me? For interpretation. And then there are 4 practices you can do to create more synchronicity in your life. I don't know about you, but I have them almost every day, and I think they're fun. But you got to be aware, awake, and alert when they're happening. Now, you always don't know in the moment. I'll read this to you. This is the IA definition of synchronicity. You ready? Synchronicity refers to meaningful coincidences that seem to occur beyond chance, often interpreted as signs from the universe or higher power, guiding you on a spiritual path by highlighting connections between your inner reality and your external reality, signifying a deeper meaning of alignment with your purpose. Essentially, it's the way the universe communicates with you through seemingly random events. So the question today is synchronicity, divine guidance or a random coincidence? All right, let's see. How many people think it's divine guidance? Raise your hands. It's an easy audience. I don't have to convince anyone. I won't embarrass you and ask you who thinks it's random. My intellectual friends, the scientists, the linear left brain people, they always say, oh, no, Ken, it's random. It's just mathematics. I don't know about you, but some of the things that have happened to me in my life are beyond mathematics. They could, in a billion, trillion, million years, never have happened. Now, I'm gonna share something with you. I have my chiropractor friend over here. Would you stand up, please? I'm going to embarrass him. This is a good example of synchronicity. This is Dr. Joel Bohemier, and he's Trinity Chiropractic, advertisement please, in Naples, Florida. And his hands will do the talking. He doesn't have to advertise. He has a very active, full practice. But how did I find Joel? All right, back along the way, about a month ago, so 6 weeks. I'm on the beach with my beautiful wife, Judith. By the way, who's the wind beneath my wings. My real claim to fame is not all this stuff they read about, but that I'm married 56 years, and we haven't had a fight in the last 5 minutes. So Judy and I, when we go to the beach, we go for the day. So we have a wonder wheelie. Anyone know what that is? A wonder wheelie? That's the thing, a cart that you pull all your Hazarai in. It got stuck in the sand, and I yanked on it, and I tweaked my back bad. I mean, to the point where I almost collapsed. That night, I woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning. It's a Friday evening, and I almost was going to say to Judy, maybe you should take me to the hospital for this. The pain was excruciating. I don't suffer from back trouble, ever, as a chiropractor. So maybe this is why I'm getting this lesson now. In any case, I look in the directory, 30 different listings in that directory. Naples, Bonita Springs, every office is closed. They're not opening until Monday, except his. I don't even call. I just get in the car and show up. I get there 10 to 9, and a young man comes out, his associate, Alex, and I said, "Who are you?" He says, I'm Dr. Alex. I said, "Well, where's Dr. Joel?" He said, "Oh, he won't be in till Monday." Next question, I said, "Well, how long have you been in practice?" Now, I'm 50 years in practice. I know the right from wrong with chiropractic. He says, 5. And I start to say, maybe I should wait till Monday. But I couldn't wait till Monday. Alex did a great job on me. I mean, then he tells me his father's a chiropractor. I said, oh, so he was raised in chiropractic, like Judy's father and grandfather were chiropractors. Anyway, Monday, Joel comes in, and I said to him, you know that name, Bohemian, are you French? He says, well, I'm French-Canadian. He says, I'm from Winnipeg. I said, oh. You know, years ago when we started Life University in Atlanta, Georgia, a chiropractic college, myself and Judy and many other couples and chiropractors around the country helped to fund that school, send students there. He told me his father sent over 200 students to that school. I said about 50 or 75, but in any case, I knew his parents. And I said to him, how old are you? He said, I'm 49. I said, you know, my daughter's 49. You and my daughter used to play together in the pool at Life University. He was like, what? Where? What? Were you a little aghast when I told you that? He had no recollection. The universe, in a divine outworking, sent me to the right time, the right place, to the right office. And here's the thing. As you sign in his office, he has a family practice. I would say a cradle to grave, womb to tomb, just like me. He wasn't just treating necks and backs, he treats families. And a big sign in his office says, the power that made the body heals the body. I had that sign in my office. And here's another synchronicity. In the second book, Second Chances, which, by the way, is a book of hope and inspiration. If you're looking for hope and inspiration, there's 23 stories in that book that'll just bring tears to your eyes and joy to your heart when you finish reading it, of people who overcame the worst calamities of life, the worst of the worst. And one of the chapters is written by the vice president of the college, who happens also to be a French-Canadian, Dr. Gilles Lemarche. He's one of the contributing authors. Guess what the title of his chapter is? The power that made the body heals the body. He was facing actually a double lung and heart transplant. And he told me he had 2 years or less to live. And then through all natural means, he restored himself. He just won his 9th gold medal in racing. All right. I think I'm going to stop at this point and and thank you, Robin. I bothered this guy the last 2 days. I must have sent him 20 different things. I didn't know which way I was going to go. But I think I'm going to do an invocation now. Sit down, and I'll get back up and speak briefly after that. So on this one, I'd ask you to close your eyes if you feel comfortable. This guy's got a voice like you, Bill. He's very resonant, and I told Bill he should do voiceovers. But this man is a shamanic healer. His name is Dar, D-A-R, Pan, P-A-N. He's a musician.
We call upon the celestial realms, the angelic beings, the planetary guides and protectors, and the ascended ones, to bless mankind and to be present here with us. We call upon the divine light of love, truth, and harmony to shine in the places that need healing and to guide our way. We ask for these blessings with great reverence from our Mother, the Earth, from the sky, the moon, the stars, and the sun, our Father. May we always remember that we are pure consciousness, the essence of life and the source of all things. May we find the courage to let go of fear and the pain of past conditioning. Let us walk upon the earth gently, as true spiritual warriors, interdimensional midwives giving birth to our true self. Letting go of separation, evolving beyond limitation into divine self-expression, thereby assisting in the co-creation of a dawning, light-filled world. Om Shanti, Shanti.
Letting go of separation to the reality of oneness. If any of you have been on my website, that's my mission statement. We are here to come out of the illusion that you're there and I'm here. Now, ego mind, and Wayne Dyer used to say, ego, edging God out, will tell you that you're there and I'm here. But it's not the truth. It's certainly not the truth. The longest journey you're ever going to take is from your head, your ego, to your heart. Everybody's talking about the what is it today? We're in a transformation from 3D to 5D. Have you heard that? Raise your hand if you heard that. Some of you. 3D, we're going to 5D. Well, it's not another place, by the way. We're not going to fly off the planet. But it's moving from here to here, which is the longest journey. The voice of the soul is, how can I help? And the voice of your ego is, what's in it for me? That's how you know. If you're coming from ego, you're looking to get something. If you're coming from the soul sense of self, you're here to give. And it's in the giving that we receive. So what I want you to do now is turn to someone you don't know, briefly. If you came with someone that you know, don't ask them this question. Very briefly, and we'll stop the video momentarily. I want you to tell them your first name, like an AA meeting. First name only. And I want you to tell them where you hail from. Now, we all hail from the same place, obviously. But where you domicile on this planet, the third rock from the central sun. Originally, like for Joel, it would be Winnipeg, not Naples. For me, it would be the Bronx, not New Jersey. And then I want you to share very briefly what your intention was to coming here today. Why did you show up? Okay? So we'll stop the recording so that people don't get bored at home. By the way, I have friends online watching this all over the country. I put it out on my mailing list. Hello, friends, wherever you is. Turn to each other and just take a minute or two. First name, where you hail from, and why did you come here today? Okay, wrap it up. Okay, so in keeping with the time frame, I went over my time as usual. But I'm going to invite, I think it's Bill back up here to do the, and Sue, to, listen, God is almighty, God is omnipotent, God is omnipotent, but God needs money. So go in your pockets, if you have it, and make any size donation, if you will, to the good work that goes on here. And my books will be available in the back if you want me to sign them and take a picture, that's all good. And thank you for coming, and thank you for being a very attentive audience. I think no one fell asleep. Pleasure to be here.